he borrow all land. One is the 6th Street, the other land is the 5th Street. He connect all three straight line to the 6th Street house.
That's right, that's why you have an empty lot next to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense. I found it. I called them 6, 7 times. They found the same line. They found all three connected one. This is not.
Yeah, that was not given, that should not be given the permission at the very beginning.
Yeah,
That was the
first permission by the town of the England.
Chris, what would you say before that? We need permission from another or to work with another.
You possibly, one of the plans that is going to 4D and actually get improvements. But that's just one option. Council President.
How long would that take?
That's why I think you need to get all the information, because their problem is, that's another hurdle that you don't
What what can we do tonight so when our fellow residents leave here, they know what we're doing?
Sure, I can tell you this, that we can present a plan to these folks probably within, say, 4 weeks. Meet with them, talk to them about how the best way to address it is, and then see what type of, and then move on from there as to what you want to do. I've already talked to the engineer about simply updating plans that were done 2017, 18, I think there was a meeting with the residents, but those plans, and you know, we'll talk about it, about whether you want the more extensive plan, which would move forward, or the one that address this ongoing issue right here.
Yeah, the thing is, the 6th Street connected directly from the England. We are located at the edge of the England. So you guys are connected for the, I think that can be this, but other problem was our age is lower than 4D. So there's problem, right? The issue kind of bad. So, but anyway, the other sorry, this problem was that there's a little slant from our house to the other house, which is that we are located at the end of a road. The kind of dead end, but when you see the road, there's a little space, and then we can just make a straight line from there to the other 6th Street.
Yes, I mean, but ultimately you can't, just like the councilwoman was saying, if you have a resident or a neighbor who's discharging water onto your property, that's not necessarily a municipal issue. Okay, that is illegal. You may want to speak to an attorney about that. That said, that's not what I'm advising. That said, is the municipality can't collect the system, collect water, and then discharge onto a resident without permission, or to a lot without permission. You just can't dump water on somebody. Otherwise, you'll be the one who gets sued. I'm not speaking for the attorney.
It's not on the other.
It has nothing to do, it happens to me, my house here in Englewood Cliffs. Somebody built a new house next to me, I never had water problem. All of a sudden, I built this house, I'm getting water, because I live there. So I went to the new owner, and I told them I have a problem, come to my house, and you have to solve it. They began saying yes, no. I said, well, okay, there's other way to solve it. And they got the message and they took the whole, it was a big drum. That they took out from under the house, takes the water from their house to the street. And they put a bigger one, wanted to save money, the builder. And they fixed it. So it was their responsibility. And that's why I asked you about the commercial property. That's to say there's money coming, there's water coming to you. So that's why I felt part of the problem is also getting water from other properties to you. And maybe you decided to do that, but then you, no, it's not second, it's part of it.
Yeah.
So that's part of the big attorney to solve it, okay?
Yeah, that we can understand, but the main issue is our issue. We didn't have a sewage line, and we didn't have the edge straight.
We do understand, like our administrator said, he looked into it, He's gonna sit and talk more about it. He has
Yes,
to have
that is the my problems. He gonna look it. This is the thing which is going on from the last 2015.
We understand, but we
this is-
new here.
This is what I'm saying. Huh, this will keep going on. We're gonna look. This is going on. This is a
We cannot.
political statement.
No.
I don't want to hear the political statement.
There's no
I want to
political
have some practical thing going on. Something needs to be done. That is what we
Correct,
need.
that's why we want to look into it.
Okay, so since I moved to my house, it was like 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I got the email. He sent the email, it's
Okay,
we sent out this issue, the mayor and,
Yeah, I'm sending the email
Almost like,
2015, and this is like you said.
But
We
it
will
was.
look about it. We'll
so
look
you
about
the
it.
first time that you
Look
come
about
here
it.
and you talk.
Yeah. Because in a kindly mayor, resigned before the meeting and then in the find it, so he invited us here, and then we just complain about it. But he said he's supposed to be happy in the long term. Because it long term, the relation.
Even if time when I'm paying the property tax every 3 months, I put the comment when our will be done, when our street will be done. Every time when I pay the 3 months property tax, I made a comment there, but nobody takes care. And every time like you said, that is a political statement which I hate it because you said, no, we're gonna take care, we're gonna look at it, when, up to when? How long you gonna look at it?
Yeah.
I just got it, so.
I mean, one of the, okay, so one of the problems, can I just say something?
Okay.
You know, one of the problems is that we're trying to fix the problem that somebody else created. And we have over 5,000 other residents who don't want to fix your problem, right? Because they didn't buy a house on a gravel road. So we're trying to accommodate everyone's interests here. And if I can, and if you're willing to, I just want to ask you one question for each of you. Who was your attorney when you closed?
Mhm.
Who was your attorney?
You have an attorney.
Who was the name of the attorney that represents Nelson Khan? Okay.
I do have a question.
Can we just finish this? Who was your attorney?
I forgot the name, but I can
Okay.
send you the email.
Okay, and yours?
He's the same.
Okay, so I really suggest, listen to me carefully here. We will do what we have to do, but you also have to help yourself because attorneys need to disclose these types of things to their clients. And you should contact your attorneys
Okay,
and ask them what happened here.
so this is a very special situation. Okay, for example, I go almost like a bypass house in the United States. So I try to figure it out. A lawyer did tax research. They just research for the tax problem, something like that. They never had this problem. Nobody expect this problem from the house. Right? Can you imagine this problem from our house, your house? Nobody. Okay, it over. When you found the street, whatever, everything is doing no problem. Every toilet is okay, everything okay, electrician okay. We consider this okay, no problem. We did inspections, but nobody expect the swimming problem from the third party, the approval from the previous town. This problem caused by the approval from the previous mayor approval. Not from you, I know, not from me, but this was from the town.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, the town is the problem.
But no other thing, even they got paid $1,000 like in transaction. They never research this kind of problem.
No, but when you got to your home, before you bought it, you saw the street wasn't paved.
Yeah,
So
but
did
it's
it,
not a normal, it's
Did-
check.
but didn't you say, hey, to the attorney, the street's not paved, can you tell me what's going on with the street?
And the builder's attorney was a council woman, Gloria something, what is her name?
Gloria, yes.
She was the sales site, builder site attorney, she was over there in the closing hand.
Right, because that's the way this town used to be. That's the way this town used to be. We changed all that, and I'm sorry you got caught up in it. She should never have represented that builder doing this. Your lawyer should never let them get away with it. You should look at their file and see what communications took place. That's all I'm gonna say.
Excuse me, when did you buy the house?
I bought that house in March of this year.
Wonderful. Hold on a minute. Did you have a service disclosure? Did you see a service disclosure? Did somebody gave you?
My
Should
husband,
be.
that was from my husband.
Okay, so I'm a realtor, okay, I advise to you, if there is a service disclosure, go get it and see what they wrote there. If they did not disclose it, then they are in big violation here.
I'm pretty sure it was not disclosed because.
They're wonderful, you have a very good case.
He would have looked at this now, here's my other problem. Now, one more to you, what do you mean this is not a hurdle that you would want to go over at the present moment in regards to working with party on fixing some of their own?
No, what I was saying is it would delay, the potentially delay ultimately getting your problems addressed. Started following others out.
So then, I'm not buying about this, not a first house I've been.
I'm sorry, say that again?
This is not a first house.
Before that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, tell me what I have. Have you ever lived on a paid or before? No. But that was not something that we thought have to be taken into consideration. Because, like I said, I'm from New York City. So nothing with the exception of Soho, which is all cobblestones, is unpaid. So we wouldn't think into, oh, it's not paid, it's gonna create a problem. Plus, from what I've heard, the previous owner was on the council as well. When we did the inspection.
Oh, I'm sorry, can you say that again, the previous
I
owner?
was.
He ran and lost. His mic lost.
Oh.
Okay, so then I don't know that, but from what I was told, the inspector had brought up a couple of things, according to whatever paperwork was given, everything was up to date. We have put over $20,000 into that house, so I don't have to kill myself going down my bottom step.
You said you bought one again?
I believe March of this year. March or April, I think we just previously moved in, and,
Look at the service disclosure, I really advise you, because you have a very good case.
trust me, I know my husband. If anything, like even I told him, why is it that if I literally almost fell walking down my last step, I can't even get cut. And they told us that everything was up to code, even though the inspector said it wasn't. We were told everything was up to code. We literally had to redo the whole thing.
Who told you that?
From what my husband told me, when the inspector was.
The license.
Yeah.
So we want, well, we welcome you to town, of course, and we want this to be a good experience for you, although it's got a little bump in the road here, pun intended.
I already had a garage.
So, yeah, so we want this to be a good experience. So I want you to leave here knowing that this council is going to do something, because they actually have the power. I only break ties on the boat. So in 4 weeks, we could have. We could actually have a meeting with you at Borough Hall.
That's what I was.
Is that all right? We could have you just meet us in Borough Hall with whatever plan you want to present.
Yeah.
And then if we could work it out, then we'll bring it back to the council to approve it.
That would be my advice.
Yeah.
Again, was I'm familiar with all the concerns. But I'm not on a gravel road. But you have to give this council, like the mayor said, they had more here when this started. I've been here the second time around about 5 weeks and just really got a hold of this problem 2 to 3 weeks ago. But I'm not gonna let it linger. And Mayor, I think it's a good direction and I think we can follow that.
Yeah, at the last, I want to say one thing. I'm sorry for my excitement because I'm suffering for the last 2 years. Then compared to these two guys, so that's why I was so nervous and I was excited. But I request you all, please solve our problem.
Okay.
Doesn't matter the mistake was done and whatever has done. Please solve our problem.
We will solve your problem.
Huh?
We will solve your problem. We will work on it. Please call your lawyers
Yes.
who represented you. Okay, because I think they can do more for.
To start.
And then if you,
Why would that also be on the agenda?
I'll try and work the best schedule you all.
we'll do it in the afternoon. All right, so we could do it around your schedules. We'll be in Borough Hall.
And the humans that somebody put the gravel a few days ago, like 3 days ago. I think it's just 20 kg of gravel that weight, and that's it. It's nothing, it's like not. Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, I will actually go out and look and make sure it's ready. They may not have finished the project.
No, it's like something, it's like well, the tier, ice is going to the sea, you know, something like that. You know, it's not.
Drop in the bucket.
Right, that, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us your input.
Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard? And I should have said earlier, when we go into closed session, since we moved it to the end of the agenda, if there's any action that's going to be taken, we'll announce it and open to the public again at that time. So I don't think there is, but I'm not sure. Okay. All right, next up are, so no one from the public? Any comments? No? Okay. You don't want to tell us about your vacation, Karen? No? Okay. All right, so can I have a motion to close the public portion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next on the agenda, department reports. There was a police department report and a building department report. Everyone on council should have gotten those. If you have any questions, you could ask Administrator Rass, who's here. Any questions? Comments? Concerns? Okay. Next is the discussion and council review of the status of park renovation. Councilman Katrubis, did you want to take that one?
I don't have any updates.
Okay, anybody else want to say anything on that?
I just want to make sure everybody, I know Laura sent us all that today. Dog park.
Yeah, so,
I just want to make sure everybody got it.
I
Yeah.
received it. I was actually gonna write Mr. Fair an email.
so we got a letter and I just added it to the correspondence under number 9, what is now actually number 8, I guess. We got a letter from a resident, Mr. Fair, not on board with the dog park at Veterans Park, but apropos to Veterans Day tomorrow, he did actually have a very interesting paragraph at the end for everybody, and I'll read it because I really didn't know this. But in that part of town, there is a cemetery called Woodland Cemetery. So he adds, there's also much historical significance to be realized in connecting Woodland Cemetery with Veterans Park. A number of the 500 plus internments are veterans of the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World War I, and World War II. We have, for example, the final resting place of Union soldier Theodore Otto, who was wounded fending off Pickett's charge on Cemetery Ridge in the Battle of Gettysburg in 1863. So that is something I didn't know. We are going to take Mr. Fair's concerns and deal with them, and we'll move on from there.
We thank you for his input.
Thank you for your input. And you're a member of the historical committee here in town as well. So that was very informative. Mr. Rass, you wanted to add 2023 CDBG grant?
Yes, the deadline for the applications is December 16th. We have a council meeting prior to that. And I asked all the department heads to submit possible projects. Just a little brief explanation. CDBG grants are community development block grants. It's federal money that is circulated to the county. The county goes through this grant program. Typically, the grants are for $60,000 approximately. They don't want to use those funds to essentially take care of projects that the municipality should be dealing with themselves and financing. So they look for kind of unique projects. Senior centers are often good projects. Fire departments, if the association owns the building, it can also be a project that is supported through these grants as well too. So I sent an email to all the department heads asking for potential projects. I did get some good ones from, the DPW director. He recommended the senior citizens courtyard, approximately $60,000, continuing improvements to the senior center. Borough Hall, HVAC, unfortunately, that's on your capital program, so they're not gonna approve that. The fire department, and I've been successful in other municipalities to get what are, exhaust systems, where they take the exhaust out of the fire department. The fire chief presented one. It's $125,000. So that's a little too much. I've got to call into him to see if maybe we could do it in stages. So I'm just a sense of the motion that those are the kind of projects, and we'll get those to mayor and council at the next meeting to make the decision. But we're working at prioritizing those 3 projects right now to bring them back to you at your next council meeting.
What are the strings attached to that kind of money?
Well, it's a pretty good question, Mayor. I really, it's, other than meeting the state procurement laws, they're pretty open in regards to the use of the funds. It's been about 5 years since I actually administered one, so I could double check on that.
Can we use the funds to finish off the road down to the boat basin that's been out for over a year? Just thinking. Well, what's funny is the road down to the boat basin got washed out in Hurricane was Ida back in on August 31, 2021. And what was interesting is the asphalt all just got washed off into the switchbacks. And the original red brick road that was there from, I don't know, 100 years ago, fine. So maybe we should just take the asphalt off and go with the red brick.
That, I'm thinking based on the regulations today, and working that close to the Hudson River, 65,000 not even get you permit.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. Yeah, all right, well,
But we will present those back.
And good, this is not responsible.
Thank no, we're not, but
No.
it is, of course, but we're affected the worst because our residents can't get down there.
Right, and there's been inquiries about that over the years. About what are you doing about this? What's taking so long?
I have my monthly call, but I think they should just become part of the national park system since they're not able to do this properly. So, and if anyone's been to a national park, you'll know what I mean because they are pristine and well organized and everything's perfect.
So we can donate.
Well, it's not ours to donate, but we could try. There's a Latin phrase, you can't give what you don't have, but we could try to Nemo quad non habet. All right. Next up, will you finish, Mr.
Yes, I am.
All right, next up, our correspondence. Just happy to report, delighted to report that LG Electronics cut the ribbon on their new North American headquarters here in Englewood Cliffs. It's a $350 million building on about 30 acres below the tree line. And it's probably the most technologically and environmentally advanced building in the state of New Jersey, if not in the US. It's quite tremendous. And they created an exploratorium for students, for schools to visit. And when we were doing the ribbon cutting, I was joined there by some of the council, Councilman Katrubis, Councilwoman Begets, Mr. Luciano, I saw you there, all they didn't say hello to me. I think there were some others. Mr. Park was there also, right? So it's really quite amazing. I guess it was the upper school was there that day. And the kids were having a lot of fun. They cut the ribbon, and it's an amazing building. Of course, it was rainy and foggy, and you couldn't see anything as far as the view, but the view is there. And I know, Tiger, you were instrumental in keeping it as a low rise. That's when I met you, and we did meet then, right? And we did something pretty well together. So bipartisan. There you have it. The other thing I want to do is thank the recreation department and the police department for Englewood Cliffs Day. Anyone and the DPW, of course, they were very involved. It was a great night in October. October was a blur, and I had some travels, but they make it back for that. And it's a fantastic night. And we got some suggestions for next year, which we'll implement. So look forward to doing that again. We have some minutes for approval. October 12th, 2022 regular meeting, October 12th, 2022 closed session. And those need a motion to be approved. Okay, any discussion, comments, changes, concerns? Okay, if not, let's have a roll call.
Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
Member Luciano? Member Gas? Yes. Member Vasquez?
Yes.
Council President?
Okay. Next on the agenda, we're up to the resolution 22-231, payment of vouchers. And I believe, Ms. Borchers, correct me if I'm wrong, it's $3,838,010.68. Okay,
If I may, I don't believe we ever got a listing of,
came out today.
well, this came out today, okay, so. I make a motion to table it, because once again, it's one of those things that I think the council should be reviewing before we just vote on the payment of claims, and when we get it today. I haven't had a chance to look through it, and I'm sure, or I would hope to think that more than myself would possibly have at least one question on the payment of claims.
Okay, came out at 10:26 this morning.
Unfortunately, I was working.
So was I. And I'm sure others were.
Do you have any questions on it?
Actually, I did not. So you have a motion to table. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it to him.
You're seconding, okay, so can I have a roll call and do we want to have discussion on tabling or just have a roll call?
I just have one question. If we table it, are people gonna get paid?
It does include payment, it does include payments. And there are payroll.
Let him finish. Hold on, Mr. Luciano, please. He was speaking. Go ahead and finish.
This question has come up before. I believe the answer last time is that yes, you can process the payroll. But it's a good form to prove it as counsel before you do anything like that. And of course, the attorney may be able to speak more to the point.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, there's, I have to look at your reorg resolution to see what authorizations there, but oftentimes payroll is handled separately with vouchers. But if it's included here, then that's the case, then, you know, either we voted separately.
Yeah, let's review those separately, then we should people get paid.
So let's have a roll call.
I believe you want to know the majority of authorized. Payment before we vote. So why is it now different? It's already been paid. I don't have a problem separating it, and I agree with you. If we're gonna make it clean, I'll say, I'll remove my motion to table and amend it to be motion everything else except the payroll. I would like an answer as to, at least from the majority, you guys made motions to have things be paid before. That's on, if that was already approved, why? I'll take it, but that's something we should look into.
I remember for something like that,
It has come up before.
So the other thing we could do, I mean,
I'll take my motion to be
hold on.
table everything but payroll.
Okay, but hold on. The other thing we could do, if you want 5 minutes to do it now, you can do it. All right, do you want, all right, do you want 10 minutes to review it? Then we'll ask questions.
Well, if I find we'll be able to answer them.
Somebody might. Mr. Rath is here.
Why don't we just table it till the end of the meeting?
Mr. Di Gregorio is telling you to calm down. I am giving you an opportunity to read that which you were unable to find time today to read. If you want it, we could have a little reading.
I'll leave my motion to table.
Okay, the motion to table, and just for the record, I made an offer to let Mr. Luciano review the list. It's only 6 pages long. you could actually go and talk in there, Mr. Luciano, if you're unable to make a decision.
I don't need your belligerence. I think the answer is in 5 minutes.
Mr. Gregorio, 10 minutes?
Payroll, how are we gonna get an answer?
Mr. Rass is here. Mr. Rass is here.
How is Mr. Rath? Mr. Rath's not gonna know.
He's the. Well, why don't we do this? Get rid of the theory.
I have the motion on the table.
I am offering you up to 2 hours to review this. Right now, 2 hours if you want. Okay? And you're not taking that opportunity. So it wouldn't matter if you got this in 3 days ago, he wasn't gonna read it. Bottom line. So there's a motion to the table, the second. Let's have a roll call.
Member Di Gregorio,
Yes, table. Or the other choice is just let's take some time out and look at the list. I think both are reasonable.
Member Luciano,
What's that?
That's a yes vote.
Yes, for the next provision.
Yes.
Mr. Passage.
Member Brigette, Member
Yes.
Brigette, Member Fitzpatrick,
Yes,
Council
Can I-
President.
I'm sorry. Can I ask for a clarification prior to my vote? When was that email sent?
And yeah, it's just telling you.
I don't have any record of it at all. That's why I'm.
Yeah, so
Agenda.
Would you like 5 minutes?
it's 10:26 a.m. I'll flip it to you. I would prefer not to table it. I would prefer people to read their stuff. Here, Rich, I just sent it to you again. Yes, sorry.
We table the whole business. The next business is December. So between now and December.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why this is a real bad idea. And that's why I'm offering an opportunity to take a recess.
What is the borough, can I ask, can I ask? Excuse me, could you make a suggestion to us?
Yes.
Mr. Borough Administrator?
First of all, I'm going to. It's administrative responsibility to get this information out to council as fast as about the day that I did not realize that you got it. But I'm going to address that for court, but it's bad. So I'm not going to disagree with what Councilmember Luciano said. You know, and I'll take that upon myself and I'll work with folks who are responsible for that so that you get this in a more timely fashion. The borough clerk is exactly right. You have a lot of vendors who, because of an error in administration, won't get paid until December. And that is a big onus for a lot of people, and these are moms, some of them are mom pops, some of those are contractual obligations that people anticipate those funds to come in on a regular basis. Because it's because of an error in judgment from the administration, those people get penalized. And I understand, Councilmember Luciano, 100%, you should get this information where you have time to review it, not in the middle of a council meeting, although I think that, you know, we could take the time to do it this time. But the more important thing is to get the information out to you in a quicker fashion. So that's, I would ask that based on assurances that you'll get them sooner in the future.
I think there's also some items, hold on a second, I think there's some items here that may have been court ordered.
Yes.
I would suggest that if I make a motion, I don't know.
You already have a motion on the table.
Yeah, it was able,
The vote,
a party that was
done.
entire council in this case, and move to reconsider the.
All right, I'll make a motion to rescind the table and take 15 minutes to review the bill list.
With all due respect, it's not your motion. The motion on the table, we're ready to vote.
The motion to the table was done.
We make them, after we complete this vote.
It was done, Mr. Luciano.
Can I finish, please?
It was
I'm
done.
talking.
The motion was done. It was tabled. It was tabled. Where have you been?
I didn't hear Councilman Katurbis. I didn't hear. I didn't hear the vote.
Let's move
Okay, so
on.
now we want to make a motion to change it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You gotta-
Mitch voted.
Had a question.
But there's enough votes to table it. So what's your vote, Mr. Katrubis?
I vote no to table.
Okay, so,
No, given.
so you have 2 no's and 3 yeses?
So it's tabled.
It's tabled.
So I would like to then make another motion to rescind the last motion, take 15-minute break, and let's look at the bills. I know exactly what Mr. Ratz is talking about mom and pops. It's very important for the home to pay the bills. I think we could probably get through the list in
We-
15 minutes. That's agreeable.
That's fine. You don't need a motion to take a recess to look at this and then come back and have a motion. So here, 15-minute recess starting right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Does anybody want to read it? Mr. Luciano, you want to?
Everybody else read it?
Okay.
Everybody else read it. I mean, Councilman said he doesn't even see it on.
Well, I read it. I see emails from the borough. I stop what I'm doing and I read it. I don't have any questions.
Well, you
There's
know,
one in-
right now. Right to it.
14 minutes. done.
Yeah, that's-
Okay, let's
Turn that one on.
going to come out of recess now. So to the public, we had gone into recess, so everybody had an opportunity to review the bill list. So I'm hoping we could pay some bills tonight while we're here.
More comments.
So let's do this. Can we have a motion, a second, and then we'll have discussion? Is that right?
It's a motion to reconsider that are bring it back and table. It has to be made by someone who voted to table it. So Councilman Teeter or make that vote.
A motion to reconsider tabling the bill list and to vote to approve the bill list.
Okay,
With
is there a
discussion.
second?
Second.
Okay, let's have discussion. You had a question, Mr. Di Gregorio?
I have one suggestion. I see back last page. Quite a few charges from Colliers. I don't know if it's possible, but to put just a very 1 or 2 word comment as to what the charges were. Let's see. Colliers has quite a few charges, quite a few invoices. I mean, we certainly could look at the invoices, but if there was like a little comment on there, Fifth Street project or whatever it might be a little bit more clear as to what Colliers is actually invoicing us about. Or if you would recommend I come into the administration building and look at each invoice, I can do that also. So if there's enough time to do that, whatever is best.
I'll ask the CFO if the actual forms will allow for that.
Okay.
And then if that's the case, we can do that. Pretty much anybody.
So I think the way it could work is if you could provide the bill list a couple of days earlier, sooner, they'll have an opportunity to lodge questions and get answers. So simple as that. Right.
Mr. Rass, not to put you on the spot, and I apologize. But you know what any one of those invoices are for Collier? Thank you.
Some of the other things on there I probably could address, but those in particular, no.
Okay. Any other discussion, or can we just have a roll call, please?
Member Di Gregorio,
Yes.
member Luciano,
No.
member Begets,
Yes.
member Kipsaskus.
Yes.
Council President Kutruvis.
Yes.
Okay, the bill list has passed, the recess has worked, and we're moving on. Next up is the consent agenda. All consent agenda items will be enacted with a single motion. Any items requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda and dealt with separately. So the following are for the consent agenda, and I'll need a motion after this. 22-232, that's the corrective action plan. 22-233, approval of certification of audit. 22-2334, acceptance of donations from Spooky Trailhead. 22-235, award of contract for Edmonds Dove Tech. 22-236, DPW truck purchase. 22-237, police department vehicle purchase. 22-238, DPW truck upgrades. So can I have a motion to approve all those?
I have questions. I thought you were gonna ask about stuff.
So we could have a motion, second and discussion with the questions.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Yeah, regarding the police, DPW truck. And they're replacing another truck with that?
Yes.
Or it's additional, what do they do with the old truck?
The old trucks are either traded in or they are dealt with in a business-like manner. Typically, they're traded in. If not, they go to the auction.
Is it decided before?
If they're getting on the bill list, or excuse me, if they're getting it on the state bid list, more than likely, which I think they are in this, I know they are in this process, they'll put it out to auction for that. Deal with an independent dealer, they'll often do a trade.
They have to be like, clothes, from, I don't know the process, that's what I'm asking. They have to be the clothes from some, places, the truck was this, and.
Is that for a new, is that for?
For the new 23, yes.
What they do is they'll go under the state bid contract. And there'll be multiple contracts that the state has that municipalities can then purchase from those contracts. So the state has essentially done the groundwork in authorizing those contracts.
So I assume there is money in the budget, correct?
Yes, if every item that you're approving tonight in regards to the equipment, council approved through the budget process last year, and you can pat yourself in the back because you bore no money last year. You didn't bond for any of your capital improvements. So that was which is really pretty good. You used a mix of funds, including the ARP, and the rescue plan funds as well too.
I like also what they did, and last time you mentioned them. They took part of from one truck, they put it in the other truck, I don't know, they're very creative. I give them credit for that.
I'll let them know
Mike, in order for us to approve the certificate of audit, certification of audit,
Yes.
their requirement for the reading of the audit and the corrective action plan.
I don't believe there's a requirement that if you read like the budget, you have to do a resolution or waive to read by title, but you know, certainly through the resolution or address it again. Sorry.
If I may, please. Whoever's watching, what I found most interesting slides would be 13 pages long, corrective action, which I've never seen anywhere. This meant recommendations for corrective action. The one that I find most interesting is that for this fiscal year 21-22, the certified tax amount of $14,129,080. But then the borough paid the district, which is for the school, but they requested $14,398,000. So the payment to the school district resulted in a net deficit to the borough in the amount of $269,000. Which is almost 3/4 of the tax plan. So when we go out and tell the public that we held taxes to no increase, we're already behind the eight ball for $269,000 from underpayment of what we never billed for in 2021-22. Well, this says here 21-22. It might be from before. So if they're catching it in that order, I don't know how we came up with no. But I just found very interesting that, and I hope all my other fellow council members read through this because there's some interesting things that were highlighted that seem to be continuing, and we shouldn't be experiencing that. Like I said, I've seen enough recommendations. I've never seen 13 pages long.
If That was 2021 council member, and it was it impacted the 21 budget, not your 22 budget. And I will agree with you, there's plenty of room for improvement in regards to that audit. I also think that your new CFO is up to the task in regards to that. So I was.
Thank you, sir.
The question you asked is resolution is 22-233. Basically saying that the audit.
That's what my understanding, what our legal opinion is about. We don't necessarily have to review the audit, so I'm not gonna go against.
Councilmember, I want to clarify that. I respond to your question insofar as there is no need to publicly read the resolution.
No,
I
I think it's our responsibility as council members to read through per state statute the recommendations, and I hope everyone is on that.
And you also have to find the updated to that.
You'll get a management plan that will come from your finance. Yeah, on how to address each one of the items. Now, if there are items that
I would recommend that you read the recommendations from the prior year and see which ones seem to be similar.
Okay. Any other discussion? So we have a vote, please, roll call.
Member Di Gregorio,
Yes.
Member Luciano,
Yes.
Member Gas,
Yes.
Member Vasquez,
Yes.
and Vice President Chu.
Yes. Okay. So we're at the point in the meeting where we'll go into closed session, and I thank our tax attorney for his patience, but I hope you enjoy the entertainment that we offer for free. Yes, okay. Okay, so can I have a motion to go into closed session? On favor? Okay, to the public, we're gonna go into closed session to discuss the items that are listed, which the clerk will read into the record. If there's gonna be any action taken, we'll open up to the public again, okay, when we come back. It's probably gonna take us at least 4 hours, actually about 30 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, thank you for your patience. No. You what?
I think that's why I just asked to be on the button.
No, that's fine, but you're not a member of the council, right? Yeah. Thank- There's still people. All right, we're not taking any action.
From day one to like. Nobody's here, so it's fun.
Thank you for your vote, David. Making a motion to adjourn.
There's nobody else.
Yeah. But.
Anyone?
Oh, yeah. You too, thanks. Yeah. You'll be back for. I mean. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for waiting. We're done with closed session. On the dais, yeah, council members, Ms. Vasquez, you get Trubit, Di Gregorio, Luciano took off. And I think that's all we have to.
Yes.
There's no action being taken, we met until it's active.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. All right, take care, guys. Have a good night. All right, we'll see you. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. Welcome. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Penguin Cliff Mayor and Council. Today is November 9th, 2022. Approximately 7:05 p.m. And I call the meeting to order. The meeting is being conducted in person live at the council chamber. We have divided the way for the public who can't be here with us to at least view us through the Zoom application. But technically, you're not in the meeting and you're not able to ask questions via Zoom. You can only do so if you're here in public. And we thank you for joining us. So just think of that as a cable television station that you're on right now. So as I said, I call the meeting to order. I welcome everyone and I congratulate the, oh, I got to tell you, we had an election yesterday. And I congratulate the two candidates who won the election, Chris Kim and Melanie Simon. And I also, I thank all the workers and the poll workers, the volunteers. I think it went very well. Laura, thank you for organizing the election. We had no hanging chaff. Some of you are too young to know what that is. But others do remember that. So I look forward to working with them. And with that said, I just need to have the statement of compliance for the record.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with Open Public Meetings Law, PA 1975, Chapter 231, setting forth the date, time, and place, and purpose of this public meeting through a legal notice published in the record, posted on the borough website and on the bulletin board.
Okay, thank you. May I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Franchek,
Here.
Member Di Gregorio,
Here.
Member Luciano, Member Park, Member Yes,
Yes.
Member Katsakis,
Here.
Council President Trudis,
Here.
Tony Mensch. Michael Collins.
Michael Collins is here and
Administrator Rights.
Here.
okay, great. Will everyone please stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like also having a moment of silence for the following people who passed away since the last meeting, residents and workers here in town. Hilda Wenz, she was a long-serving crossing guard here. It was always great to see her at the North Cliff School when I went past. Unfortunately, we didn't find out about it until well after, so we need to do something as a council and mayor for her family soon. Okay. So we will miss her and her cheeriness and also resident Richard Saradarian, who passed away recently, and Ellen Lester, who passed away as well. So just a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Before we go into presentation, could I ask for the agenda to be amended to include under item 8, the 2023 CDBG grant, seeking the Senate of Council on possible grant applications.
Okay, thanks. We'll add that in there. Also wanted to give everyone what I've been doing for the last 2 years, the COVID update. Hey, happy to say the numbers have stayed down. They are down. We had 5 positive cases this week. We had 3 last week. So if you look at the graph of the year, January peaked, and then ever since it's been down and going down. Not that we have anything to do with it, but I just want you to all know that you get pummeled with media And there's 5 cases, basically. No one is seriously ill. The other thing I want to mention is tomorrow, our borough observes of Veterans Day. Veterans Day is November 11th, but because the borough hall is closed on November 11th, we're doing it tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the firehouse. If you can, please join us to honor the veterans of the U.S. military. We appreciate everything they've done, and in particular, we pay homage to Lieutenant Colin Ford of the Englewood Cliffs Police Department, and also to Police Officer Joseph Farrelly. They are Marine Corps veterans. They serve our community as police officers, and we thank them. And by the way, tomorrow is November 10th, which is the 247th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. So a lot of cake cutting tomorrow. I know my club in the city has the annual Marine Corps party, which I will be at. And we thank them all. So if you can, come and join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. As I mentioned, we did have an election yesterday, and one thing I didn't mention was that I sat and I poll challenge, whatever you call it. It's kind of more social here in town. And what's good about it is I get to sit next to a Democrat doing the same thing as I'm doing. And this time it was Karen Geiger's husband, Marty. We had a great time together. And when Karen walked in, I said, she's right there. I said, "Hey, Marty, it's okay. Tell her you're yelling at me." So you can actually see eye to eye with people who may be of a different political party. So give it a shot. It's well worth it. Heard all about your vacation, Karen. So that's it. We're being joined by 8 people on the Zoom application, so that's good. Keep an eye out. If you notice people trying to join, let me know, and I'll turn my attention to that. So we're at the point on our agenda, number 5, presentation by Spatial Data. Sorry, I don't know your name, but you're welcome.
Reed.
Nice to meet you.
So, hi everyone, my name is Reed. I'm with Spatial Data Logic. We're a municipal software company based out of Somerset, New Jersey. Englewood Cliffs uses us currently, but they want to disseminate more information to their residents. So I'm here today to discuss kind of what they're looking to do and let Mayor and Council know more about what Spatial Data Logic does. I know I have about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go as quickly as possible. I don't think there's any questions today, but feel free to reach out to Mayor, Council, Kathy, Laura, if you have any questions. So really get right into it. Spatial Data Logic is a municipal software company based out of Somerset, New Jersey. Our goal is to help local governments streamline and automate workflows, increase the visibility between departments, and deliver online services to the public. From small towns to large cities, SDL software has helped over 40% of New Jersey municipalities do just that. As a company, we keep close eye on what's happening statewide to ensure our software solutions meet the growing needs of our clients and communities that they serve. So just some more touching points. We serve about 260 towns in New Jersey, most of them being in North Jersey. Proven solution. We've been doing this for 25 years. Everything is included, so just that's a point for them. And we have municipal citizen platforms to help with disseminating information to your public and commitment to innovation. So as new laws have come out, we stay up to date with the new laws of New Jersey. It gives you guys. So this is kind of what we offer. We do construction, software, land use, engineering, public works, code enforcement, fire prevention, health, clerk, pet licensing managers. So it's really to allow you residents to apply online, so you have online services for you guys. Our partnership with Englewood Cliffs. So Englewood Cliffs currently uses us. Well, they've been using us since 2007. They use us for construction, land use, and engineering. They're looking to expand into clerk, health, pet licensing, public works, and code enforcement. And they're also looking at moving to our hosted environment, so you don't have any, cybersecurity issues. With our hosting environment, we let the municipal employees work from home, address cybersecurity concerns, eliminate the need to maintain and have your own server, and we do daily backups for you guys. How we will help more. Our software streamlines processes such as applications, board certificates, complaints, escrow, fleet management, GIS, GIS layers, inspections, licenses, COPA requests, payments, invoices, permits, plan review, fleet plan information, property registry management, reporting, security and alarm registrations and violations. We offer an interconnected solution. So Kathy's office here can talk with Laura's office, who can talk to Mayor and Council, who can disseminate information to their residents. So having everybody in one place, so you can all access all this information together. visibility between departments, comprehensive and searchable property history, serve your residents as a faster pace. We'll streamline your OPA requests. We'll extend access to the public if we have another pandemic, knock on wood. Set permit watches and reassessments, data-driven decision-making, and it makes it easier for staff members who wear multiple hats to use one software to complete all their goals. We increase field productivity, so we have a mobile app for your guys out in the field, so you can access information, complete tasks from the field using a smartphone or tablet. Any data entered into the SDL mobile app will sync back to real-time in-house staff. You have access to property history, complete inspections and server requests and other tasks out in the field, view inspections and schedules, and get directions to your next inspection. Track labor, materials, and equipment used, document works and photos and notes, access to GIS maps and vehicle tracking. So the real reason for you guys, for the citizens, so you guys can apply for things online. So search for permits and property information, report concerns online, submit applications and requests online. Examples, mercantile applications, OPA requests, parking permits, property registries, alarm registrations, road openings, and building permits. We'll have you guys to all do this online. Moving over here, our websites. So we also do websites. You guys are looking at a website, so upgrading to our website. It's an included solution. So just more services for you guys, for your residents. Facilitating remote work. So again, as I said, if we do have another pandemic, you can access the SDL desktop from anywhere from our municipal employees. For you residents, you have the mobile app and a citizen app and a portal for you guys to start applying for things online. Lastly, we're committed to innovation. So as the state keeps changing new laws, we are up to date with the new laws. So there's new law for online plan review. We are up to date with the new law. We have an unlimited form builder. So any PDFs that you guys have or paper documents that you guys have, we can make them online digital forms. And then with the new law for the lead certificate and the business insurance registration, we are up with the new laws. Just a little bit more information about us. We do listen to our clients. We offer monthly roundtables. We offer an SDL help center for people who are using our system. Why to expand? Englewood Cliffs residents and staffs will both benefit from this relationship. So consolidate some other software providers into one to save you guys some money. Access to the software modules and platforms is included as part of your license, meaning the cost to expand is just adding in additional licenses instead of having a big uplift of all the additional things you'd have to pay for. We streamline and automate processes for your departments, increase availability for your elected officials, departments and field staff and community members, promote interdepartment collaboration, access to comprehensive property search history, remote access, serve your residents at a faster pace, and convenient public portal for your citizens to access borough information and services. Do you guys have any questions for me?
That was a good presentation. I could tell it was your first time giving it.
Never.
How many times did you give that this year?
Just once or twice.
Quick question. Can residents actually log in complaints, potholes?
Absolutely.
We could track whether or not it's being taken care of through the DPW.
Yep, all those functionalities, so you'll be able to allow for residents to apply online, and municipal employees can then pass that along if it's not for their department, it's for another department. And then any resident who does apply for something online has a tracking history associated with their request.
And so SDL looks like you've got a good track record there. You've got the endorsement from Kathy and the youth department, which goes a long way.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
One thing is it's an all included shop, so everything that you guys have seen there is included with your licensing. And then, you know, we have there's 72 towns in Bergen County, about 45 right now using us for building. All of them are expanding to use more of our services.
Can you believe how many towns there are in Bergen County?
The GIS piece, if I can ask,
Yeah.
does that include the utilities under the street?
Absolutely. So if you have those utilities mapped out in a shapefile format, we can import it into the system.
And is it also possible to track water problems, drainage problems, and those kind of things?
Absolutely.
And mark them accordingly?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Thank you.
So everything except the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, pretty much we can handle everything. So any municipal, we have form builders. If it's not a predetermined workflow, we can build a form for you, unlimited forms. So anything you guys want to put online for your residents, you can put online for your residents.
And you would mention this is all cloud based.
That is correct.
So no hardware on premises except our device.
That is correct. Yeah, so currently you're on your own server. With this expansion, you'd be moving into our hosted cloud.
And then we also already use some of your services.
Yep, so they use our construction module, land use, or zoning, engineering as well, which is great and very important.
Right, and can you give us an outline of costs?
Sure, so the cost for the whole expansion was to add the 7 additional users was $30,000, but that does include the hosting services. So it's a slight increase from last year.
So
About,
that's a subscription every year.
that is correct.
Have you ever had any data breaches or hacks?
Knock on wood, actually, no. What actually ends up happening is our clients are on their own servers get hacked and then move over to hosting.
Is there any website component or things that can be embedded in the present website?
Yeah, so one thing that we do for some of our clients is we embed iframes a lot. So it's the link would then be on your website, or we have links to our SDL portal, and then you can then have your citizens go to the portal. It works seamlessly either way. I can show you an example if you'd like as well.
And just another side question is, are your portals ADA compliant? Because that's something that's law by law now.
So nothing is truly fully ADA compliant, is what I was told by our webmaster. We are striving towards full ADA compliancy, but there are some little things that just continuously change. Yes.
Those files that you said, like the utilities, that we don't have any format that you need to have uploaded. You have vendors. What if you incorporate that into your system? How would you be able to do that?
Sure, so if you have a pre-existing engineering firm already, you can ask them to generate those layers for you. We just need a shapefile format, and we have a template for you to look at. I can send it over to you guys.
How was your let's say we have a question or your support, is it live support? So can people get a live person on, and how big are you? Are you national or are you state or?
Yeah, so we were bought by a private equity firm about 4 months ago. We are fully New Jersey based. We have 8 people dedicated sitting in Somerset, New Jersey. We work from 8 to 5. We are now a national company. Now we got bought by the PE firm. It didn't change the ownership. It's just we have the capital infusion. So we are currently serving Schenectady County, New York State. They're using us for driver's licenses, I believe, or something like that. And then we also have a town in Virginia who just signed on. We plan on going more national as time goes soon.
Who's the PE firm?
Gate Chapel, based out of Texas.
Do you have any within this public transportation interface with this
In regards to,
schedules for buses and things like that?
not at this time, but that's something that we are looking at. We're looking to be more of an ERP and have the one-stop shop for everything. Currently, we don't have the ERP, the Parks and Rec for the clients. So those are the few parts that we're missing. With the PE company now and ownership, we're looking for expanding.
Okay, so you're saying Parks and Recreation is missing, and what was the other?
Finance.
Finance.
So, yes,
Thank you.
no problem.
Missing, right?
So when you say missing for Parks and Rec, like you can't schedule field or.
And it's just the whole thing with Parks and Rec is as soon as you start taking in children, dating birth dates and social security numbers, there's a certain level of encryption that you need with that, so we just don't want to hop into that unless we have people who want.
Okay. But in terms of scheduling field usage for coaches and things like that.
Yeah, so we have the ability, the unlimited form builder, you can build forms that have that, it's just not a pre-covered workflow at this point, you have the ability to do a scheduling appointments.
Okay.
It's just, and it will keep adding on as our clients need.
Does our administrator have any questions?
I've had the opportunity to work with this firm and others as well, too, similar to it. One of the things that you touched lightly on is the report writer, or the ability to bring back reports for each department on the compliance, the time it took them to do the work, the man hours it took them to do the work, and items such as that as well too. You tie that into your budgetary report. If they don't do that, your CFO would be doing that. And you get a comprehensive look at the municipality on a regular basis.
Is the data, does it stay in the US or is it?
Absolutely, it doesn't leave the United States, it does move to multiple locations, but it is for the majority in the United States.
Majority or all?
It is, the redundancy is in the United States, you just don't know if
Yeah.
the server goes down in the United States, they have to pay it over somewhere else. It resides in this.
Thanks. Does anyone else on council have any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you. Thank you.
So what would normally happen in a process like this is you got some idea of the cost. We're not looking at moving this year, 2023, so it would be included in the 2023 budget for consideration at that time.
All right. Thank you.
I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're looking at.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you coming out here.
Thank you, everybody. I'll be quietly, clean up. later.
Yeah, take whatever you need. There's water there. So, okay, I was requested by Administrator Rest to move the closed session items to the end of the meeting. So number 6 on the agenda, with I'll have to ask for a motion to do this. Number 6 will become it'll come in right after it's now 13, it'll become 13 basically.
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, that just means you're gonna be here for 3 hours.
I'm sure it'll be.
Full of entertainment, right? Yeah, sure. We're gonna get there. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then can I also have a motion to move?
The public session to the beginning.
Okay, so number 11 will now become number 6 on the agenda, so that the residents who are here to speak. Okay, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, so can I have a motion to open to the public?
Make a motion.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, so if you're a member of the public, and I know that there are some here who wish to speak, please just raise your hand. I'll recognize you. Come up to the microphone right there and state your name and address and whatever you want to say. They volunteered you first.
I'm gonna state my name.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Tracy Appleby, and I live at 11. We're here in regards to the actual street name Appleton. And the fact that they were saying that in order to change the sewer system, they want us to be part of it, I believe. But we're more concerned about asphalt, because right now it's just rocks.
Okay,
Like my mother's 85 years old and I can't even get her to walk out the house.
okay, and the street's always been that way, right?
We recently just moved in, I believe in April. They have been there longer than we have and.
Yeah, so I know this has been an ongoing issue, and I'm gonna ask Administrator Rass if you could just give us where we're at in the process, what the issues are, and
Absolutely. First and foremost is that this is, we've had the engineer, this is a municipal engineer, and we've got several municipal engineers come out to the site over the years, and they're all in agreement that it's simply laying asphalt into the roadway is based on the base, the pitch, and the fact that you have no place to bring the rainwater to. It'll exacerbate the problem, potentially will make it worse. So in order to address that, over the years, council has gotten a number of engineering reports on this. You've done some starts and stops that we can talk about later. I talked to the engineer and asked him to go back out there again in regards to these issues. He went back out again, and he's, in his position still remains that simply laying asphalt is not going to take care of the problems. It may make them worse. We did have crews out there over the last couple of days who have graded the property. They brought in some more aggregate in order to make the ride smoother and to do some work that's also be incorporated into the longer term project, which would be to really reconstruct that road. I can go back over the history. I've spent a lot of time on this. I can tell you that if it was to come up today, that the process would be different, that the developer would be more than likely required to improve that roadway. It's very rare that you find a roadway in a municipality like Inglewood Cliffs that remains gravel and unimproved. So typically, if you have an unimproved roadway, the developer is responsible for improving that roadway. They then bring the roadway to the municipality, which accepts the improvements. Unfortunately, that was not done here. If you were to pave that road now, and I use this analogy with somebody who's an engineer, and he was a really articulate individual and a neighbor there, and I appreciated all of his comments. But think about it if you had a towel down on a surface and you poured water on it, it's porous. It goes on that towel. Now all you've done is you've taken the towel off and you put it on this table. This table does not absorb water. It runs right off. So any ditch that you have is not going to go into your storm drains, or it could go over the top of your storm drains. It's common to have sewers, which are really storm drains, sewers. But what you're really talking about is storm drains that have to be reconstructed. So I'm not saying at this time that improvements can't be made. I'm saying that it's going to take a little bit of foresight and decisions by council once you get all of the information to make a proper decision on how possibly to address this, to take care of your problems in an equitable manner for all of the residents of Inglewood Cliffs, and at the same time trying to address your mayor. So all I can say is that mayor and council have directed me to try and work this process through, make the necessary improvements to get us to the next step, which would be for the ability to make better decisions because we have better information.
I think the rocks also full. We have the speakers driving it. The rocks also full. And my husband's really happy to be. Now, this is all that include the big chunk of the man, like we laugh and really the driver.
Interesting that you raised that, because I have been outside as well too. That's not cement, which is what I thought it was at first. What it actually is, it is ledge. It is actual rock, which will tell you how, how extensive this project needs to be. It is rock coming up out of the ground. So that would be, and if it's there, it's throughout the process, throughout the project delineation. And so you'll have to remove that. No, when I say you, I'm talking about in general. Yeah, I agree with you.
Because sometimes, I mean, I've noticed a little bit of it, but I'm just trying to go around.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna get my foot on the pole, that's right.
Yeah, that is, and again, that's a pre-existing condition. It's been there since you moved in and since any residents who was moved in there. And that's what I mean when I call it an unimproved road.
So basically that whole rock chunk is running.
And they're probably, and that's why simply putting a skim coat is not going to take care of the problem. It just, I've been around a while and I've had this conversation with many folks.
So what I would do is just also, I wanted to say that that problem, hold on a second, let me finish. That problem predates anyone up here right now and anyone down there. And we always had the ordinances and the laws that prevented that kind of thing from happening. Okay, no one here is responsible for that. What happened was, before I became mayor, apparently somebody got permission to build houses that should not have gotten that permission. I'm not going to mention names because I'm supposed to be nice tonight, but you're suffering the consequences of those political favors. Okay, like for example, your driveway, is it pitched into your house?
Yes.
Okay, so along the lines of what Administrator Rath just said, you put a top coat with no storm drains, guess where the water's going to end up? It's going to end up in your garage, right? So it's a very complicated thing, and then there's blasting and excavating involved, and getting rid of rocks. So we hear you, and we'll hear you also. But this is for council to decide. Do you want to spend people's money to improve this street? Or find, I don't know what the other solution could be, possibly, but.
You're gonna have to be creative on this.
Right, so, yes, there's no storm drain there right now, right?
They have driveway drains. And they're not up to standard.
Where do they go, where do they,
That I don't know. And that's.
do they go to Fifth Street? Like, I mean, to Sixth Street, rather.
I don't believe there's a,
Yeah, guys, like, just your name and address, please.
Oh, sorry. This is Bishop and I live in 1350 Street, Inglewood Place. I'm a resident over there from 2015. I bought this house, very first time in it was made. So I'll give you some explanation. So when the house was built, it was already, when I asked the builder, he said that the town will be responsible to make this so, because that time the builder having a good relation with the mayor, that time Democrat mayor was there that time, and my grandma is Republican mayor, and so they, when he that year sent the Democrat mayor out and the Republican mayor came, and then they have a problem. They, because the Republican mayor is saying that, oh, well, how we got this permission to build the house without having a sewage line, and that was, but this is not our residents' problem, because we don't care about who is the mayor, which party is the mayor. We care who, they should not be allowed, and why they be allowed first to build the house there. If they allowed, means that is a now, the problem is the municipal problem. Doesn't matter who is the mayor, which party is the mayor. Now it is a Inglewood this problem. This is a town's problem, because we did not know anybody when they bought the house. They will not ask if there is a sewage line or if there is a electrical line or if there is anything line is there or not.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you bought your home,
Right.
did you have an attorney representing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You should call your attorney. Because unless he told you that, that's malpractice. To not tell you what the actual situation is. Okay,
Because no, I don't think that is the truth, because when I bought the house in West New York, in Hudson County, nobody is asking if there is a street or it's not a street, no, and nobody, any buying person is asking if there, what is the situation or is there. I'm buying a house in that everything is there. Okay, that is the one thing, that is the story about how it happened. And now I'm paying the property tax with the sewage from the last 15 years, 2015 to until now. I already paid 100,000. So same thing with my other residents, my neighbors. We already paid 300,000, and we did not get any kind of service from this town except the cleaning the snow only when we are calling. Even they don't buy stuff. When we call, then only the snow cleaner comes. That is amazing. That is nothing is doing by this council or this town for us. And they are just collecting our property tax only. And the administrator, I don't know what is right now. What is happening from the last 8 years? What do you need? Why you are complaining right now? This is happening, this, that, and the water is going to be. Why you are saying that right now? Because where you are from the last 8 years. Why you did not do?
Yeah, you're going to be more, I understand emotional, I don't blame you.
Because we are suffering.
We hear you loud and clear. I just so you, just to give you a tiny piece of background. We really haven't had, Mr. Rath has only been here for a few months. He's a temporary administrator and he's an extreme professional and he's helped us bring it to this point. The problem has been, and I agree with you, nobody has done anything for the past 10 years, right? And it should have been corrected. I support, having these items corrected. Okay, but it's not Mr. Rath's fault.
No, I-
We're trying to correct the issue, and that's part of the problem of what's been happening in this entire town all these years. People come out to you when they need you, right? But once everything is done, they don't need you anymore. They just go back to whatever it is.
Yeah, every time that when the election comes, the council person goes, oh, I will make a road for you.
I get
And
it.
when the election finishes,
I get it.
they finish, they go away, like a third world country.
I get it.
Yeah, I know, President told me that I need to get to pay.
9.
Why next week?
And your name, please?
And you,
Thank you.
yes. So I just want to go to the facts, get the facts. I do it my mom from the crest here, like 3.5 years ago. And then I live in more than 50 years. My children was from there, from kindergarten to high school. They all graduated from. Okay, but they graduated and then moved to England. Because it's a low tax, better situation. Close to my practice. I'm a dentist, actually. I have a practice in it already more than 10 years. Yeah, I have really a worry of opinion, but the problem is, since I moved to this house, there are big problems in the house, big to our house. Because the previous owner of the house, I knew him. He was one member of the Democratic Department several years ago. So we solved all these questions every time. Last year, I have the same problem, but last year, the FEMA, International Disaster Department, they came to my house. And then they assigned my house as a disaster. And then they gave me a relief fund, like 5,000. Yeah. I delivered my house again, to the basement, because our house and the previous owner had a lot of problems. So all the water for almost in this area.
Did you know, excuse me?
She didn't know that.
You didn't know, I saw,
Okay.
I'm not saying don't say it.
Okay, so the problem I saw it. All the water from the roof, actually the problem were all the house were found. I told a lot of them. They all came in, they said all the water to the roof. Connect the pipe, green line, and going back to our backyard, there's a big jar of the water. The water, here in the water reflux. The reflux back to our house. Also, all the water on the street come to our house. She has more problem because her actually the garage is even lower, much lower. Yeah. But our house though was probably up here. And then all the basement we just remove it. Still I have a problem because there are fungus in the basement. I think for the renovation, we have to remove all the sugar and we have to totally renovate our house, okay? But the problem is, once I fix it, if this doesn't happen again, I don't care about it anymore. But I think it's gonna happen again, every year.
I'm sorry, how long have you owned the home?
3.5 years. So every year I was problem, but sometimes there's a little problem, sometimes there's bigger problem. The problem last year, FEMA lady came in and then she assigned my house as a disaster.
When you purchased the house, did the inspector point anything out to you?
Because at the time the season was in end of summer, there was no public to be inspected. But the problem is every year there are a lot of hailstones. We didn't limit time, like 30 minutes, I mean. So that was the problem.
But I'm sorry, you're telling me that an inspector came to your home and
Did you point it out?
he didn't point to anything out?
He didn't actually, the problem is,
To any of you?
a lot of inspector, they try to say that they just have a kind of communication with the broker. This
No, there is a report.
okay.
They're supposed to furnish you a report, right?
Exactly. You got the.
Yeah, but this, the law from the front to the back. So I thought the whole water coming to the back here. And then going to the 6th street, not the 5th street. So usually because the figure like on my own was like it is land. And then all the water coming from the front to the back, I didn't have any problem. It was move steep. But this house, the problem is all the water from the backyard of other building, like the commercial building in front of the house, all the water comes to our area. We limit time, 30 minutes. So then we cannot remove the water. One day, me and I work in the office, my wife for me. I came in the house, my son, my girl, my wife, using the kind of big bucket. Because what is it, the right door, and then they close it, we use the bucket to remove all the water. It happens every year.
Do you get water from the commercial building?
There's a commercial building in front of us.
Okay, you get water from them too?
Yeah, sure.
There is something has to do with them also. It's not only your responsibility, it's also their
I
responsibility.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but we didn't expect
You have to talk to an attorney, because it's more complicated than the law here.
But I think my idea is, usually it is no, it may be there, no problem. The only problem I found was if there's a heavy rain, it may like a dog minute.
The drainage system is not, cannot take it.
They don't have any drainage system. It's their drainage system, they built us on a drainage system.
Yeah, or it's like, so we, I thought really $10,000 to make other trench line.
Right, yes.
It didn't work.
But what does the ordinance say?
I don't know about the ordinance, the state law requires it.
So I understand he just volunteered just for 2 months ago, but you know, I just understand, but you know, it probably should be stored. Also, there's you know, like in my next house, there's a data street, there's a lot of tree. Nobody tried to buy the land because they found it. When they try to, you know, buy the land, they found it in the broker. Oh, there's no street line here. That's why there's space. Keep fishing there for a long time without, you know, without building any house. If you can't just come by a house.
Chris,
did it's middle. Every summer, every spring, we will say over.
did the borough engineer offer any suggestions? I know that one of the issues is also that the homes are offset differently, so it's not flush.
The frontages, right, they have varying frontages.
So basically, was it really like the span? And then make a and the one side, if you guys make one swing line, and then the one big swing line, I think that this problem can be forward.
Correct. That is correct. That's what you want to do. You want an election system where all your storm drains go into the collection system, just like you have in your front of your yards. You probably see the catch basins out with the grates. In front of your yard, you probably have curbing, and you have one sewer line. But in this particular instance, and I'll be very brief, you have to have a place for it to go. And that requires easements, that requires going to another system. Good news is, there's not a whole lot of good news, unfortunately. The good news is that you've done designs on this project in the past. And that goes to your question, Mayor, that there's a couple of designs on this project. Some are more expensive than others. But it would require probably assistance from one of your neighboring communities. That obviously takes time. There's an alternative that is really aggressive just in front of these properties. But, you know, council needs to get all of that information updated and then decide how they want to address the problem. I'm not, and I don't take anything personal. I've been in this 30 years, and nothing you guys can say they're gonna.
Yeah, so our plan was all three unit swing system that connect the line to the sixth street. One house. The previous contractor, the building contractor, he owned the house. That's what I heard. So he bought all land. One is the sixth street. The other land is the fifth street. You connect all three straight line to the sixth street, that house.
That's right, that's why you have an empty lot next to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense. I found it. I called the contractor several times. They found the same line. They found only one. This is not.
Yeah, that was not given, that should not be given the permission at the very beginning.
Yeah,
That was the most.
that was given permission by the town of the English.
Chris, what were you saying before that we need permission from another or to work with another?
You can possibly, one of the plans is going to 4D and actually get improvements. But that's just one option. Council President.
How long would that take?
That's why I think you need to get all the information, because their problem is, that's another hurdle that.
What can we do tonight? So when our fellow residents leave here, they know what we're doing.
Sure, I can tell you this, that we can present a plan to these folks probably within, say, 4 weeks. Meet with them, talk to them about how the best way to address it is, and then see what type of, and then move on from there as to what you want to do. I've already talked to the engineer about simply updating plans that were done 2017, 18, I think there was a meeting with the residents, but those plans, and we'll talk about whether you want the more extensive plan, which would move forward, or the one that's that this ongoing issue right here.
Yeah, the thing is, the 6G connected directly from the already included. We are located at the edge of the included. So you guys are connect the thing like 4D. I think that it can be this, but other problem was our area is lower than 4D. So that's problem, right? The issue kind of bad. So but anyway, the other sorry, this problem what I found was that there's a little slant from our house to the other house, which is that we are located at the end of the road, the kind of dead end. But when you see the road, there's a little space, and then we can just make a straight line from there to the other like 6th Street.
Yes, I mean, but ultimately you can't, just like the councilwoman was saying, if you have a resident or a neighbor who's discharging water onto your property, that's not necessarily a municipal issue. Okay, that is illegal, and you may want to speak to an attorney about that. That said, that's not what I'm advising. That said, is the municipality can't collect the system, collect water, and then discharge it to a resident without permission, or to a lot without permission. You just can't dump water on somebody. Otherwise, you'll be the one who gets sued. I'm not speaking for the attorney.
It is nothing to do, it happens to me in my house here in Englewood Cliffs. Somebody built a new house next to me, I never had water problem. All of a sudden, I built this house, I'm getting water, was I upset. So I went to the new owner, and I told them, I got a problem, come to my house, and you have to solve it. They began saying, yes, no, I said, well, okay, there's other way to solve it, and they got the message, and they took the whole, it was a big drum. That they took out from under the house, fix the water, their house to the street, and they put a bigger one, wanted to save money, the builder. And they fixed it, so it was their responsibility. And that's why I asked you about the commercial property, that's to say there's money coming, there's water coming to you. So that's why I felt part of your problem is also getting water from other properties to you. And maybe you decided to do that way, but then you, no, it's not second, it's part of it.
Yeah.
So that's part of how you take an attorney to solve it, okay?
Yeah, that we can understand, but the main issue is our issue. We didn't have a sewage line, and we didn't have the edge straight.
We do understand, like our administrator said, he looked into it. He's gonna sit and talk more about it.
Yes, so that is the nine columns. He's gonna look at, this is the thing which is going on from the past 2008.
We understand, but we new here.
This is what I'm saying. This will keep going on, we're gonna look. This is what's going on. This is the political statement.
No.
I don't want to hear the political statement.
There's no
I want to have some practical thing going on. Something needs to be done. That is what we need.
That's why we want to look into it.
Okay, so since I moved to my house, it was like 4 years ago. I got the email. He sent the email.
Okay.
I got to present this issue to the mayor and
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sending the email
Almost
from
like,
2015, and this is like you said.
But
We
if
will
you
take,
guys
we will take,
hear
we will look about it, we will
So
look
you
about
the
it.
first
And
time
let's
you
look
come
about
here
it.
and you
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Because,
good.
because a couple of weeks ago, kindly mayor resigned before the meeting and then, you got find it. So he invited us here and then we just this was the first time complain about it. But he said he's supposed to be happy like long time. Because it happened long since the, the relation.
Even every time when I'm paying the property tax, every 3 months, I put the comment when our will be done, when our street will be done. Every time when I pay the 3 months property tax, I made a comment there, but nobody takes care. And every time like you said, that is a political statement which I hate it because you said, no, we take care, we're gonna look at it. When, up to when? How long you gonna do?